people, I have just received from my head of research, the mastermind himself, Miko. Shout out to Miko. I have received the full paperwork of Quando Rondo's recent RICO charges. I haven't seen anybody else with this. This is fresh. Today is the 12th of December. This was ordered on the 11th of December, 2023. Shout out to Miko, the GOAT. All right, I want to see love in the chat for Miko for getting this paperwork fresh off the presses. So let's do a quick breakdown. I don't know if there's going to be much new information in here, but let's just have a quick read of this. This is the full paperwork for Quando's RICO charges, okay? This is the United States of America, all right? The United States District Court, Southern District of Georgia, Savannah Division, bro. And the Pope, all right? USA versus Taekwon Bowman, a.k.a. Quando Rondo. Damn. QRN. My guy. Okay. This indictment, unsealed as to Taekwon Bowman. Let's have a look, man. So look, it's looking crazy. Okay, so here we go. It's several defendants. I know there's a few names that are redacted at the moment at this stage, but we're just gonna break this down right now. We're just gonna break this down. This is fresh off the presses, man. My guy Miko came through with a fire. So look, there's a couple people: Taekwon Bowman, Quando Rondo, Donald Davis, Little D, and Tyshawn Davis, aka Stro. Okay, and there's several serious charges here. All right, conspiracy to possess with intent to distribute and to distribute controlled substances, methamphetamine, fentanyl, cocaine, and marijuana. This is serious stuff. Distribution of controlled substances, fentanyl, cocaine, and marijuana. Possession with intent to distribute controlled substances, methamphetamine, and fentanyl. Possession of a firearm in furtherance of a drug trafficking crime. So that's, you know what I'm saying? They've got serious charges. Possession of a firearm by a prohibited person. Conspiracy to interfere with commerce by robbery. This is serious, okay? Quando, my guy, one of my favorite artists, is in a lot of trouble with this one, okay? So look, we're on count one. Conspiracy to possess with intent to distribute and to distribute controlled substances. Methamphetamine, fentanyl, got that fent, man, and cocaine and marijuana. So look, beginning on a date at least as early as January the 1st, 2021. So we're going all the way back to literally, this is a few months after King Von died, okay? So bear in mind, like, obviously, the whole situation with Von's put a spotlight on Quando and everything that's going on. This is, people that, I know a lot of people are going to crawl out the woodwork and say Traplo Ross is snitching. It's your video, the reason for these RICO charges. Bro, this is long before I had a lick of words to say about Quando, okay? Let's go through it. Beginning on a date at least as early as January the 1st, 2021, up to and including the return of this indictment. But all the way up to now, they're saying for all through 2021 up till now, damn near 3 years, okay? In Chatham County, within the Southern District of Georgia, the defendants Quando Rondo, Lil D, and Stro, and maybe some more who are redacted, I'm not sure, did knowingly and intentionally combine, conspire, confederate, and agree together, and with each other, and with others known and unknown, with some joining the conspiracy earlier and others joining later. So this goes even way back before 2021. They were conspiring to possess with intent to distribute and distribute a quantity of methamphetamine, a Schedule II controlled substance, cocaine hydrochloride, fentanyl, marijuana, in violation of Title 21 United States Code, okay? And now they're saying specifically in September the 5th, 2022, in Chatham County within Georgia, defendant who's redacted, so some other people involved in a more serious level, they knowingly or intentionally distributed a mixture or substance containing a detectable amount of cocaine. Count 3. Another redacted defendant. Listen, who knows why they're defending? They could be snitching. Maybe they're redacted for reasons to protect their identity. Maybe they're redacted for some sort of privacy. Maybe they're underage. We don't know at this stage, right? But what we do know is that Big Quando, it's not looking good, man. Okay, so look, another defendant on October the 1st in Chatham County knowingly and intentionally distributed a mixture or substance containing a detectable amount of cocaine. Another count, October the 14th, 2022, another redacted individual knowingly and intentionally distributing a substance containing an amount of fentanyl. So the fent is involved too, and that's serious. On October the 17th, another redacted defendant knowingly and intentionally distributed a mixture of a substance containing fentanyl. Again, count 6. Distribution of fentanyl. October the 26th, 2022 in Chatham County. Another charge of a redacted individual for distributing fentanyl. Now, this is count 7. More distribution of controlled substances, marijuana, and cocaine. So November the 18th, 2022. So it's all stacking up. There's a lot of instances where these individuals, so these are a number of redacted individuals, aided and abetted by each other, knowingly, intentionally distributed a mixture of a substance containing a detectable amount of cocaine and marijuana. So it ain't just people flying packs around of the loud pack around the country. This is like serious high-end drugs. And with the fentanyl involved, I wouldn't be surprised if it's some sort of like fake Percocet type thing going on, but we don't know for sure at this stage. So another charge from December the 2nd, 2022 for intentionally distributing a substance containing methamphetamine. That's another redacted defendant. Another redacted defendant on December the 2nd. Possession of a firearm by a prohibited person. So somebody who had previously been convicted of a crime punishable by imprisonment of a term exceeding 1 year, possessing and affecting commerce with a firearm, a model PA-15 multi-caliber pistol. So another redacted individual. This is continuing to go into 2023. April 2023, conspiracy to interfere with commerce by robbery. And now this is definitely getting serious. So a redacted individual knowingly and intentionally conspired, confederated, and agreed with each other to obstruct commerce and the movement of articles and commodities by robbery, in that the defendants conspired to unlawfully take and obtain personal property from the person and in presence of another against the will of another by means of actual and threatened force, violence, and fear of injury, immediate and future, to another's person. It's not looking good, man. Count 11. Possession with intent to distribute a controlled substance, meth, fentanyl, and marijuana. So another redacted individual up to April 21st, 2023. All right? This is all around the time that Quando was releasing his recovery album and going back and forth with Dirk. So he's very high profile at the time that this is all going on too. So another individual who's redacted has been accused of possessing with the intent to distribute methamphetamine, as well as a substance containing a mixture of fentanyl and marijuana. Count 12, possession of a firearm in furtherance of a drug trafficking crime. So on April the 21st, another redacted individual, aided and abetted by at least one other individual, knowingly possessed firearms, including a Smith & Wesson model SD9VE, a 9mm pistol, a Glock 19 Gen 5, a 9mm caliber pistol, another Glock 19 Gen 4, another 9... Oh, that is the 9. That is a 9mm pistol. My bad. I'm not a gun guy. A Glock 19... all in furtherance of the drug trafficking crime, which he may be prosecuted for. So they're saying they got all the pipes, all the guns, all as part of this big conspiracy to traffic drugs, all kinds of drugs around America. Another one, count 13, redacted individual, and this is once again April 21st. So another individual that had previously been convicted of a crime punishable by over a year in jail, once again knowingly possessed several weapons, the Smith & Wesson, the Glock 19, another Glock 19, another Glock 19, which had been transported interstate and foreign commerce. And you know, everybody's talking about like Crip Mac getting these gun charges for a alleged ghost gun. The feds do not mess around, man. If you've got guns that you're not supposed to have, you're moving guns between states. It's not a good look for you, man. So it keeps going. June the 14th, more counts of possession of a firearm by a prohibited person. Another redacted individual in possession of a Smith & Wesson model M&P Shield 9mm pistol, which had been transported interstate. Now, this is where it's looking really bad. So, this is the forfeiture allegations. So, this is essentially saying that a number of these defendants who are redacted are forfeiting to the United States a number of pieces of property, which are essentially a bunch of guns. So, this is a whole bunch of guns that were taken by the feds. So, the feds are going to have this in their possession, right? A PA-15 pistol, a Smith & Wesson M&P 9mm, a Smith & Wesson SW99, a Smith & Wesson SD9VE, a Glock 19, another Glock 19, third Glock 19, 79 rounds of 9mm ammunition, an undisclosed number of rounds of .223 caliber ammunition, 40 cal rounds, 11 of those, 45 9mm rounds, 7 10mm rounds. It's not looking good, man. So, and then even more weapons that were taken. And is this the same stuff? I think that's the same stuff. But they're saying that it's being seized. So it's not a good look. So that's essentially it. We're just seeing like how serious all of these counts are. And this is where it gets scary, right? Because it's like this is essentially given a teaser of what some of these counts could actually end up getting them. So on count 1, the conspiracy to possess with intent to distribute could be up to 20 years in prison, and up to $1 million fine, potentially 3 years of supervised release, so probation, I guess $100 special assessment. $100 is the least of your worries, quite frankly. Counts 2 through 8, same thing. Counts 11, same thing. Count 12, which is the firearm in furtherance of drug trafficking. Now, this one's not as bad. Up to 5 years, not more than life imprisonment. I mean, so it's a minimum of 5 years up to life. That's pretty serious. Up to a $25,000 fine. 5 years of supervised release. And then count 9, 13, and 14, possession of a firearm by a prohibited person. Up to 15 years in prison. $250,000 fine. Maximum 3 years supervised release. And then finally count 10. Up to 20 years in prison. $250,000 fine. Not more than 3 years of supervised release. Man, it's looking very scary for Quando. Honestly, these charges are very serious. They're federal charges. It's really, really looking very serious, man. I'm really, really like disappointed to see this. You know, I really would have hoped that, you know, Quando wouldn't be facing this kind of charge, man. As far as I understood from all of the research that I had done, you know what I'm saying, Quando had definitely had that past in the street, but it seemed like a lot of the time that he had served had been when he was a juvenile, before he had become a famous rapper. Obviously, he was very close to individuals in the streets, but even his cousin Lil Pab, who unfortunately lost his life in LA in 2022, you know, he was facing a RICO charge himself. So this isn't anything new. The feds have been looking into the Rolling 60s in Savannah for quite some time. A lot of Quando's friends have been targeted over the years. People like Lil Pab, Leaky, obviously Lil Tim has had a number of charges. He's been busted in a bunch of different scenarios. You know, there was a big carjacking ring that Lil Leaky was involved in, and a number of other individuals. You know, a number of other Rolling 60s have been pinned for murders and things like that. It's very, very serious out in Savannah. So honestly, man, I'm definitely worried for Quando. We got to pray for Quando, man. It ain't looking good for him. These are really serious charges. And, you know, it wouldn't surprise me if they were going to take him off the streets for a little while, quite frankly. So, yeah, that's the paperwork that just dropped. Shout out to my guy Miko for finding that. And, you know, I hope that he can get a positive outcome for this, because it's pretty serious.